Good morning, and welcome to the SBJ Buzzcast. I'm Jenna Zara, here with Rachel Axon, and we're coming to you from Game Changers in New York City. Coming off a great night last night. I'll tell you, it was hard for me to fall asleep after the excitement of the evening. A lot of energy in that room as we celebrated our 15th class of Game Changers. We had past honorees dating all the way back to 2011 when we first started. Absolutely fantastic night. Thrilled for each and every one of those ladies. Well-deserved honor. Tough process to even be named it in the face of some really stiff competition. Rachel, what stood out to you last night?
Well, Jen, you mentioned the past honorees. Jackie Woodward was a member of that inaugural 2011 class and gave a great address touching on, not only the honor and the difficulty for these women to get here in an industry that is still more men than women and can have challenges for women in it, but then also the responsibility, right, that women have here to help each other up. And we've seen that, both in the admiration that the current Games Changers class had for the past honorees who were here, but then also our boss Abe Madcore put on the current class. Now you be those mentors. Now you go and help lift others up in this industry. So that's what stood out to me.
Yeah, for sure. And there was some real camaraderie between past classes. I spent a little time in the reception room for past honorees and big representation from the class of 2019. Met a whole bunch of women who were a part of that round of Game Changers, and they were happy to see each other from across the room. And they don't necessarily cross paths a lot, but there's a common bond there in being part of this great club now. And I think you're right. I mean, you're setting the stage for a whole new round of mentorship. Yeah, great things to come as they lift each other up to even greater heights.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect stage setting for today and a full day of programming. You and I will both be up on stage at various times. What are you most looking forward to? Give us a little preview of what's coming.
I'm moderating a couple panels and excited for discussions on both fronts. First of all, in the morning with Karen Brodkin from WME Basketball, obviously one of the best, most shrewd negotiators of media rights deals and has had her hand in some of the biggest in the industry from, the WNBA to NWSL, NCAA, across the board, been heavily involved. So looking forward to chatting with Karen. And then to close the day, I have an esteemed panel with Barbara Bauza from Canon Design, Beth Penfield from CAA, and Carolyn Wright from Tepper Sports and Entertainment. And they're talking about super interesting, not my beat, but super interesting, the way they design new venues and stadiums for what fans are looking for today. And that's everything from the high end, the high tech, the Intuit Dome and everything to, even Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, where they're dealing with an existing facility and looking to update it. So I think some interesting insights will come out of that to close the day.
Yeah, for sure. I actually was talking to Karen at the reception last night, and she was really looking forward to it. So
glad to hear it.
Yeah, it should be a good one. I have a couple panels. I have the just before lunch session, the ever popular. Everybody is hungry and ready, but I'm pretty sure we're going to hold your attention because I have Chelsea Green from WWE on stage. She and I had a call earlier this week. She is pumped and ready to go. She is an unapologetic wrestler and as bold as can be. She is going to talk about how she builds her brand, both inside and outside the ring. Wrestlers straddle that line between athlete and entertainer and the presentation. And, she is a spokesperson for Maybelline, recent starting this summer. And so a lot of different opportunities she's got coming her way. And so we're going to dive into some of that. And then a very, very different shift later in the day. I have some ladies from the WTA, the PIF, and Kim Kleister, former tennis player, which as a high school tennis player myself, I'm very excited to talk with her about what they're doing in terms of maternal rights for women through the entire fertility journey. And, I don't know how many people know, but tennis players are independent contractors, much like golfers and track and field athletes. So they don't necessarily have the same baked in protections for some of these benefits and life events. So they have a brand new maternity fund that they started. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that and the impact that it really has, not only on female players at that moment in life, but really what that does for the trajectory of their whole career, knowing that they have a backstop and a way to enable themselves to both have a family and continue playing if that's what they want to do. So should be a great discussion. We talked before, these women are very passionate about these programs and the benefits and the potential that it holds for women in tennis and the broader applicability that can happen in other sports. So looking forward to a great discussion on that.
Sounds like a pretty awesome day here at Game Changers.
Yep. Yep, always is. Happy for those of you who can join us. Hopefully, some of you will be tuning in virtually as well. And yeah, we're psyched for a great day to get going. I'd like to thank Rachel for being here with me.
Happy to do it.
And a little plug, if we could, for our women's sports newsletter that comes out every other Tuesday. If you haven't checked it out yet, Rachel's doing some great work, and we'll see you all soon.